Marco, David, Cool Gamer, Rosaline, Jenna. Nanda's Dragonfly is going to be in Bible study. Emily. So I had to. Good thing I have two sets of headphones. Good thing. Because these, the ones that I like using, sounds like I'm playing an instrument. For some reason, they broke. Don't ask me how, but they broke. But I got these right here, though. So, just waiting for people to jump in. Hope everybody's having a good day. Lynn Willow, how you doing? It's good seeing you again. So today we will be talking about growth mindset. Yesterday we talked about creative mindset, and I learned a lot of things about creative mindset. I learned a lot of things that I didn't know. I got a little nap in before the live. Felt pretty good. I'm gonna have a guest come up and help me with growth mindset because she's well versed in growth and creative mindset, and I'm learning. There's nothing wrong with learning. It's part of life as you grow. One thing I've learned, I actually read a statement. I was at a bagel shop in my hometown of Gainesville, Florida, and there was of all places, they had this. You go into the bathroom, and they had this section in the bathroom where you can actually write on the walls. And there was this quote, and it was from a guy that was, I think, 97 years old, and he said, "No matter how old you are, you're still learning." And then my grandmother said to me one day, she's like, "I forgot more than you will ever learn." I'm like, man, yes, Rosaline, when you stop learning, yes. Or when you stop thinking, also, when you stop thinking. Connie Corso, how you doing? So I am going to bring up my guest in Jam and Jet. But you're still learning. So I'm going to bring up my guest right now, and we're going to talk about growth mindset. So, Kristen 76, hello.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Eddie.
How you doing?
I am well, thanks. I don't
This
know
is
if you can
Rosaline,
see.
everybody.
I've got a cat just out of camera sight that's clawing at the blinds to try and get out. So if you hear that and it's bothering anyone, let me know. I'll take care of it. Cats. But hi, everybody.
So I got a busy evening
Tuesday
after the
nights.
live.
I'm
I
sorry,
got
say
a
it again.
I got a phone call before the live. Now I have to go take care of something after the live.
Well, we won't keep you long. We'll hold you to an hour.
Yeah.
All right,
So
hold up.
I have to do some.
Something. That's okay.
Yes. A buddy
don't
of mine
need
got a mic, and it's a USB mic,
That's what I have.
and he doesn't know how to get it set up for recording.
I just
So
plug
have
it
to.
into the front
Yep.
of the computer, and then I have my earphones plugged into it over here, and it works.
Yep.
But that's okay. Just pulled macrame cord yesterday. Yay! Good for you, Kristen. Jam and Jet, that's awesome. When I went to college, the more I learned, the less I knew. It's amazing how much we don't know that we don't know. And if you don't know, how do you know to ask questions? So, yeah, it can be interesting. So it's good. Look at you, got a full house. So good to see everybody.
So I was doing some research, okay, and what's crazy is when I started looking up growth mindset, Rosalie was talking about yesterday an author by the name of Carol Dweck.
Right.
And she's the one that coined the term growth mindset. And so I was looking at, multiple places, and everywhere I looked, it all uses
her name and her words.
her name.
Yep.
And if you want to learn about her, there's actually a TED Talk featuring Carol Dweck.
Which is awesome.
It's called The Power of Believing That You Can Improve.
And that, in a nutshell, is a growth mindset. The power of believing that, say it again, the power of believing
that you can improve.
That you can improve. Wow. I have the Carol Dweck page that you sent with her TED Talk, so I have that information there.
Yes, so that's the first one I sent you. That should be the Renaissance.
Right.
See every student.
Correct.
So it has a lot to do with high school ages. Okay, and how our brain starts to grow. If I'm correct, that's what I was reading. It talks about her topics. Where was it that I read? She studied high school students in impoverished schools in Chile, and she found that having a growth mindset can help overcome the effects of poverty and contribute to achievement throughout one's life. So that was very intriguing to me because it was telling me that no matter the environment you come from, your mind can take you out of it.
Totally. But you have to realize you're stuck in order to make the difference, right?
Yes.
Oh, these are both great sites that you sent me.
Yeah, I was doing
basically this is awesome. Basically, developing the growth mindset means embracing failure. Don't be afraid to fail, because by failing, you learn what not to do, and it moves you closer to having a growth mindset. In fact, that is the basis of a growth mindset, being willing to fail and being willing to not be right, but being willing to grow, right?
So David says, are growth and creative mindsets different?
just barely, but they go hand in hand. If you are already in a fixed mindset, and let me explain that to you. A fixed mindset is people believe that their basic qualities, like their intelligence or their talent, are simply fixed traits. They spend their time documenting their intelligence or talent instead of developing themselves. They spend time documenting their intelligence or talent instead of developing them. And again, a fixed mind state also believe that talent alone can create success. But a growth mindset, people with a growth mindset believe that their most basic qualities can be developed through dedication and hard work. So, through a growth mindset, coming from a fixed mindset, this is the way it's been, this is the way it's always going to be, and I can't do anything to change it. And then you get, oh, wait, maybe I can change it. Boom, you've moved to the growth mindset. And so maybe I can. Maybe my most basic abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. Maybe I can change. Then you go to the creative mindset of how can I do that? What's the first step? What's a goal? How can I make it happen? Because I've always done this and I want to get here. This isn't the only path. I might be able to get it from here or got to look at it. And that's where the creative mindset comes in. So they're just Carol Dweck decided to put these different names on them to help facilitators recognize what a student level was, where the student was on this scale, if you will, and how they can better help the student to move to the next place. Because if you recognize that somebody is in a fixed mindset, they're never going to change. Okay, there's little likelihood that they will change until you help them get to a growth mindset. And if they don't take the bait, they don't take the bait. But until you get to a growth mindset, and it might only be seconds, it might be years, but go from a growth mindset to the creative. I hope that helps. I hope that helps people understand it. But whether a student holds a fixed mindset or a growth mindset significantly impacts their learning experience or a person's learning experience through life. And this is saying from elementary school to high school. Well, I got this in college. So students that hold a fixed mindset give up when they can't solve a problem and admit defeat. This can be detrimental to a person's future efforts and leads to limited growth. But with a growth mindset, persons continually to work to improve their skills, leading to greater growth and ultimately some sort of success, right? And the key is to get the people to tune into the growth mindset. So, yeah, Maven, like having balls, basically, right? But sometimes, they haven't dropped yet, and people are just not getting it, and they don't know what else to do. And sometimes you have to wait for them, right, Eddie?
Yes. And Jam and Jet said, I overeat, intellect over emotions.
Yeah, that's a hard one too, isn't it?
I had to learn to fill my inner void with healthy items.
Exactly. I see you, Rhett's mom. You be careful driving. Yeah, and that's where Jam and Jet, filling the inner void with healthy items, that's where a lot of people can get into some challenges. Because if you realize there's a void and you try and fill it with other things, that's when a lot of people get into trouble. So, but that takes away from the growth mindset. That's a whole different animal. So you've given a couple of good pages here, Eddie. Okay, here's something else that's on one of the pages that Eddie has. Pardon me. A growth mindset, a person with a growth mindset will ask and accept feedback. A fixed mindset is no. You're not going to, no, you're wrong. This is my way. That's a fixed mindset. But a growth mindset will go, well, tell me what you see. Tell me how I could do it differently. Let's look at this together. So again, you don't know what you don't know. And sometimes other people in trying to help you may not have the best communication skills. So it still doesn't feel like help. But being willing to ask for feedback is a big part of a growth mindset, coming out of a fixed mindset into a growth mindset. So, yeah, that's a big thing too. But be willing to try new things, growth mindset. Be willing to welcome failure, growth mindset. I mean, there's asking for feedback, growth mindset. And if you think of the opposite of these, that would be the fixed mindset. And yesterday, Eddie brought us up and we talked about the creative mindset. And so they all go hand in hand. It's just a matter of taking stock in yourself and recognizing that things can get better, that you can make a difference. David says, I don't think either is absolutely true. Some people seem fixed and some things movable. I agree. Don't think you can experience growth with a fixed mindset, but I do think you can grow all things either way. I agree that in spite of a fixed mindset, somebody can still succeed. A person can still get from point A to point B and still achieve their goals. But the difference is that they have a set way of doing it and they're not willing to
Right.
go off the path or try something different, even if it's going to be quicker. So, yeah, you can still achieve your goals. You can still have a wonderfully happy life. But if you're not open to seeing things differently, then you're limiting yourself. It's not a good or bad thing, right, Eddie? It's not good or bad. It's just you're limiting yourself.
I've realized that I have a fixed mindset.
Yeah, you do. I mean, oh, really?
I have a fixed mindset, and I need to change it.
But the thing is, you're doing this, so you are changing. Maybe one step at a time, but you are.
Yeah.
It's happening. It's really happening. David, did that make sense? Mavid Playmon. Is it Playmon?
I like how Jam and Jet said feedback isn't right or wrong. It is. It just is.
One would hope so. I mean, if it's, what do they call it? Constructive criticism can be feedback, or it can be some little bitch wanting to get her digs in, It kind of depends on who you're asking. But yeah. It's interesting. And you guys in chat, is this making any sense? Because Carol Dweck did this back, oh God, when was this? 2015, before then. Her
It was
book was
2015,
okay.
if I'm correct.
Well, I'm seeing 2014 as well. So I don't know if that's when the book came out. I'm not at a point where I can see the book.
I'll look it up.
I'm getting there too. But
she's an American psychologist.
Yes. I'm sorry. Yes, she is.
Okay.
It's like, yes, you found it. I'm sorry. I get so excited. Hey, April, how are you? Hey, Joy and Slim Pickens.
What's up, Slim Pickens and Joy and Rody Gal? So she's wrote several books on mindset.
Yes.
She's wrote a book called Mindset. The New Psychology of Success, Mindset, how you can fulfill your potential. And then Mindset. So which book were you talking about?
It had a silver cover. It's not even here because it's so outdated. It was about a decade ago. Let me see if I can blow them up. They're pretty much the same. Changing the way you think to fulfill your potential. I think. or maybe it was just the new psychology of success. It was either one of those two. Either one would still have the same information. Maybe it's stressed in a different way, but yeah, it's amazing. Learn to listen, to listen, to learn. Yes, Jam and Jet. And the thing is, a lot of us, when we're listening to someone speak, we're listening with the intent on how we're going to respond. And when I do that, I miss the whole conversation. So what I've learned to do is listen to completion and then throw in my question or whatever. So
Slim Pickens, I have physical therapy tomorrow afternoon.
awesome.
So physical therapy is going pretty good. It's more leaning towards I hope I don't have to have surgery.
That would be awesome. The place where you go for physical therapy have a what's it called, a hot tub, you can get in there and let your knee soak.
It's my ankle.
Sorry.
Both my knees are shot. So my knees are shot. So
that's
yes,
where my attention was. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
my
that's it.
knees are shot, but it's my ankle right now. Is
Well,
the
hopefully
focus.
that'll make a nice difference for you. Best example of disappointment of positivity. We weren't even there. I'm sorry, did I miss something? Okay, I see you, David. Okay, people can be swayed into positive thinking and do not understand where the line in between possible and impossible and possible is. So it can lead to a disappointment if people think they can do something they can't. Okay, that also brings to mind expected outcome. If you have an expected outcome and you're going to try and do ABC and you have an outcome that you expect to happen, you're going to be disappointed every time. It's just the way it is. Because a lot of times when we start out doing something, of course, all of us, when we start out to do something, we have some kind of goal. We have a reason why we're doing whatever it is we're doing. And if we are not able to complete that goal or that whatever, a sense of disappointment can creep in. So, yeah, I totally understand that. American Idol failures, right? Or the tryouts. Have you seen the tryouts for American Idol? Oh my God. Yeah, bless their hearts. At least they have the bravado to go and try out. They have the nerve to go in cojones, yeah? This has to help them fix them, if not just listen. Excellent. Jam and Jet. That's a good way
I'm trying to get Jam and Jet up here one day.
That would be awesome.
One day.
That would be really cool.
Just got to figure out when he's free with his schedule and stuff like that, and my schedule, and work something out.
I see you, Marina. She's my favorite.
I'm going to do a poll real quick.
Okay.
Just a second. I'm going to do a poll.
And while you're doing the poll, I want to scoot closer. I want to ask the folks in chat, is this making sense? And do you think you have, or you're probably going to do a poll for that. Never mind. The topic today was a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset going into creative mindset, which we covered yesterday. So April, the fixed mindset is the type of person who doesn't believe anything can change. And this is the way it's always been done. So I'm not even going to try to change anything. Why does it matter? Things are going to happen the way they happen anyway. My doing anything about it is not going to change. And the growth mindset is where, you believe something can be different. You believe you can change. You believe that it doesn't always have to be this way. And according to Dweck, Carol Dweck, the writer we're talking about, you can help someone move from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. And once people arrive at a growth mindset, it's it's just a hop, skip, and a jump to a creative mindset. So yeah. So that's what today's topic is. Pardon me. And April says, I believe they can change and do things for change, but things don't change or get worse. Does it have to be said? Does it have to be said by me? Does it have to be said now? Yeah, Gem and Jet, say it, because I'm missing out what you're saying. Are you talking about when people are speaking to you and you need to know if you're just listening, or if they want suggestions, or if they want to be told they're right? Because when somebody comes to me for help, that's the first thing I ask. Okay, you want to tell me this before you do. Do you want help? Do you want me to just listen? I think that's what Jam and Jet's saying. Was I asked to help fix them? I don't know.
He said, does it have to be said? Does it have to be said by me? Does it have to be said now? At time, doing nothing is doing something. Those are just questions.
Okay.
So when he said, does it have to be said? Question. Does it have to be said by me? Question. Does it have to be said now? Question. And then at time, doing nothing is doing something.
Sometimes this is true.
Did the poll pop up?
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
5 votes so far. Y'all jump on that. Marina put a cat in the chat because my cat jumped up on the table behind me. A little orange stripe there. I got so much junk on that table. So I went and joined the YMCA yesterday because I can join for free because I'm a senior. Now, will I go? I don't know. Got to get into a growth mindset before I go to the gym. What you doing, Eddie?
I'm just waiting for the poll.
If it's something you'd be willing to talk about and you think, first of all, is it going to help you to talk about it? Of course. But is it going to help you to talk about it on this platform? You got to think about that. Is it going to be detrimental to your overall mental health if this platform is used for ill, like some of the other people you've seen and been in their chats? It's really up to you if you want to do it. While we may be curious about your beginnings, and you've shared a lot in Discord, I would love to, but I'm not sure that this would be the proper.
Well,
the
thing is I want to.
Okay, then do. Just know
So
that.
I want to. I'm not worried if somebody records something I
Okay.
say.
Okay.
Because
it will help you to talk about it.
Yes.
It will help you to talk about it. And
not only will it help me, but it'll help other people that have gone through what I've gone through or similar to what I've gone through.
Exactly.
To know that there's somebody out there. This is where talking about growth. Okay. Okay. All right, Slim Pickens. I like that. He said, so I have the next 2 days off, so let me know if you need of topics or a co-host.
Very nice.
Slim Pickens is good people so far that I've learned.
So far.
Well, you never know. I'm just learning him. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning a lot of people
Yeah,
on this platform. and you always have to keep a guard. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because of what I've been through and what I've gone through, and a lot of people know um, everything I've been through.
Mhm.
And
And it's been a lot.
yes, so I don't. You just got to keep. Yeah, he understands so far for sure, brother. He understands. Most people would.
Most
Um,
people in your chat would. That's for sure. Because
yes,
most of us here have also been through some pretty incredible, I'll say incredible things that you would never know my background unless I tell you about it. And I don't tell a whole lot of people about it because I'm grown. It's okay. I got through.
yes,
I'm here, you know.
yes,
But I'm also quite a bit I've been on this planet quite a long time. So if I were to look at things when I was the age you are now, yeah, I had some struggling to do and I had some figuring out to do. And I had to get creative about how I learned to move on from the baloney I was carrying around that I didn't need to anymore. And I got creative about how I was
yes,
going to do that. So just because I don't share don't mean I don't got stories. It just means I'm not sharing them. But if it would do you good, yeah, dude, bring it out. That's part of going from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. See? Ties all in together.
yes. And what's today? Thursday.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So I am gonna do it. I'm gonna do the poll. Um, so if you have questions, I'm gonna leave the poll up there for a while. If you have questions, um, put them in Discord. You
That
can
works.
you can send me questions, and I can give them to somebody to come up and ask those questions. You know, I'll find somebody to come up and be the host, and they can ask the questions, and make sure they're detailed questions.
Yeah, April, it does come back. It does. And that's when you have to finally deal with it and get creative about how you're going to deal with it. And that can be challenging. That also leads you back to the growth mindset because you have to have a willingness to start now and making a change. You have to be ready to work towards some kind of solution. Um, and it's nice if you have other people cheering you on and giving you some kind of reward for your effort, right? Not necessary, but it's also nice to have. and and you have to be willing to have apply empathy to the creative process, right? To know that somebody else is feeling this too, that you're not the only one. And um, a growth mindset, you calculate the risks, but you take action. And once you get to the growth mindset, you find your courage to pursue your own growth. So even if you feel you have a fixed mindset at this point in your life, it's okay to change. And it's okay to move to the growth mindset of how you can do that. So I'll stop
My
now.
word.
You good?
Yeah, the internet froze.
Ah,
Let me close these links. Uh, I got all these things running at the same time,
right,
so
Gem and Jet. I've got 5
it.
windows open and one has 7 tabs.
Yes.
Got you.
Okay. Everything good?
Mm-hmm.
YouTube frozen?
No,
Okay.
mine isn't. Anybody else?
All right.
Well, I guess if they were frozen, they wouldn't be able to tell us, right?
Correct. All right. That was awkward. We both froze and then reset.
Oh my.
Yeah, my internet over here, and I have it wired in, so I don't know why it does that.
Yeah. It's a
So,
government conspiracy. That's what it is.
but I'm gonna do that poll. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do it. The poll I did. It's gonna be a detailed Q&A, so you guys will learn a lot about me as an individual and the reason why I started this channel. You know, I started this channel in reality to help others and not realizing um, it's helping me also to grow as a person. So just
And
taking it one day at a time.
that's awesome.
So
Let's see. I'm gonna paste in chat. Oh, I don't know if that's gonna work. I'm gonna try it. Yeah, that didn't work at all. Okay, let me get rid of that. I found a website. If anyone is interested in, and I'm not trying to take away from you, Eddie, but because you were really good on these mindset things, Carol S. Dweck is the author, and through Google search, I found a whole bunch of sites that sell her books. So if anybody's interested, that's all you got to do. I'll stop now.
so this is not going to be a long live tonight. I think I'm going to go live tomorrow before I do what I do. I think I'm going to go live tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm going to talk about quite yet. I'll probably just do a discussion time. And then whatever comes to mind will come to mind and we'll talk about it.
That sounds good. Yeah, don't beat yourself up trying to come up with topics. You know, if you know you
No,
want to come live and hang out, then come live and hang out, right?
I think that's probably what I'll do Friday.
Yep. We'll
I
get
could
you
do
giggling
6.
before you go to work, right?
I could do 6 p.m. That's probably what I'll do is 6 p.m.
Sounds good.
You know, Friday.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to join Discord or you have any questions, email me. Before we end off this live, I want to say this out loud. Mental health is what we talk about. We are not professionals. You are loved. You do matter. Reach out if you need help. If you don't want to email me or jump in and talk about it, then you can text 741-741. And if you want to talk to somebody, you can dial 988, and that's within the United States. I'm still trying to get numbers in other countries, and I'll post them on here when I do get more numbers, you know, to share them. The info I have for those numbers, I will also put them in the description below. Once I get numbers and stuff like that, I'll put them in the description below. But thank you guys for being here. I hope all is well and have a good rest of your evening. So take care, everybody.
Bye.
All things serious out. And yes, I will see you guys in Discord later.